Hmm. Honestly, I'm not in the mood to say anything positive right now, but hey, at least you're here. Well, you're not, actually, but... Man, shit is indeed, as they say, fucked. And yeah, that probably gets this video in the shit can, but hey ho, who cares? It's... Yeah. Forgot to load in things. Actually, I do have some things to mention. Actually, did I forget them? No, let's just... Yeah, right. Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I added more vocabulary. Since last time. Namely, I added words for, where are they? We have a word to birth. Because we had a word for pregnant, which was created, but we didn't have a word for birth. Now we do. I also added words for child, parent, and animal, just because I needed yeah, mostly I needed these two, but animal was also useful because I wanted a word to distinguish between, animals and things. I have no word for a person, which is kind of an issue, I suppose. But, well, I think I can evolve one pretty easily. Namely through a bunch of semantic shifts and bleaching, specifically. Right, how do they look right now, though? Yeah, that was an accident. Oh, I didn't add this one in yet. Well, let me do that. I didn't even realize what I'd created here, by the way. That was an accident, I promise. Nyai. Not nai. Nai. Hmm. Hmm. Anyways, new things need to happen. I decided not to keep that one sound change, which I forget now. Yeah, turning high unstressed vowels into glides. I couldn't figure out a way to do that, so I decided not to do that at all. Which is definitely a mistake, by the way. I shouldn't, but well, I can't figure out a way to do it right now, so I might as well just leave it for now. Hmm. We have a very large consonant inventory. How about we do roticism of z? That's pretty common. I mean, hold on. Which language is standard again? I know it happens in like later forms of Old Norse. It happened in Latin. What other examples? Technically, it happened in Hebrew, but that's sort of not natural. So I don't know. I don't think you can count that. Hmm. I mean, yeah, it probably did happen in English at some point, though I can't come up with a specific example. Actually, wait, no, yes, I can. R is an example of that. R is an example of rotacism. As in, not R, as in, you know, the sound, but as in R, the verb, the copula. Well, that one's pretty easy as well. Actually, is it spelled with an RH because it's Greek? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Rotacism. Rotacism. Simple enough rule to write. Ah. Where do we have examples? Do we even have examples? Another question entirely, and it's probably. Wait, what? No, that's a j, not a z. I don't see any examples, though that is probably a result of the sampling more so than the. I think this is one. God damn it. Yeah, there we go. Look at it. Very nice. And I did just realize I didn't actually include the H as I said I was supposed to. Anyways, yeah, it is doing what it should. That's good. So now we can completely remove Z as a phoneme, since it now never appears. We do that. Possibly that. Yes. Ah, look at that. We have a gap in the consonant inventory. That means we have an excuse to start really messing it up. Because that, well, nature abhors a vacuum. And linguistics is no exception. So we have two options. And that's either to create a new Z somehow, or my favorite option is just we remove all voiced fricatives some way or another. And personally, I am, yeah, definitely leaning towards the latter because, well, I think I can do interesting things with these. So, what are we going to do exactly? Well, we might not do that instantaneously because, quite frankly, that would be a little boring. So we're not. Instead, what we're going to do is something completely different. We still have the voiceless nasals. I still like them. I will not change those out yet. I still like the sh and the l distinction and the k as well. Don't want to get rid of those either. Like all of these. I like all of these too. I like this really. I don't necessarily like these. Especially not this. But well, that one actually might be easy to just do that. Yeah. Well, let's not do that fast, as I said. Instead we should actually look at what we have. Maybe that's probably a good idea. Let's create a sentence, and then we shall see what things can be improved. Well, actually, we should write the rule first. Actually, I'm gonna have it be an expansion of the 26th generation, just because I can. That's not how you write that. Are you retarded? Maybe, possibly. Rotate is that's not how you say that either. Yeah, simple. There we go. Then go away. New. Ooh, grammar. Grammar. I think grammar would be... Well, I always say this. I'm not good at grammar. I don't like grammar that much, but I should expand it because, quite frankly, it's important. Though, what to do is another question entirely. Stroking my beard, trying to figure out what to do. What to translate? My mother lost her thumb. That's a gruesome sentence. But it's not... It's pretty... Shall we say normal? Or pretty... relatively normal sentence? I mean, it's not normal, but it's not out of this world. My mother specified parent. There's no specific feminine form. You could actually use a diminutive. That's pretty common, for example, I think Latin languages usually do that. Though not always. And then we need a pronoun. The protoform specifically. The fact that I haven't written out the person pronouns in here was not the best choice on my part. Actually, is that the protoform? Hold on. It should say here. Yeah, it is star with a high tone. Of course it had to be separated. So my mother, that's an inalienable, can't, is it called swap your mother out? My mother, that's what this says. I wonder if I should use a definite article. I don't necessarily think that would be expected. Because, you know, it's not like I have multiple. That makes no sense. You can't not know who birthed you. Well, you might not know, but everyone who knows would know, if you know what I'm saying. God. But how do we? Da sa. Da sa. She. Da sa. Da sa. She. My mother thumb. If you just add to, then it becomes my mother is a thumb, which is not what we want to say. No. My mother lost her thumb. Yeah, well, actually, that's a simple enough sentence, isn't it? Yeah, it is. She, her thumb, possessive. It's technically inalienable, though she still managed to lose it, so that's very sad. And then lose would be related to forget. Yes. Not this long. It's there. She. I can't put that high. And then what, third person? It's a transitive. So it's this one, yeah. Hold on, all that shite. Does that go back? Yes. And now I have to remember if that's... If that's called... I forgot. Oh, did I forget that? I probably did when I did those translations. That was a silly move. Oh well, it's fine. Lost. Imperfect. I guess that is perfective, since it just... Well, is it? Really? I guess so. It wasn't really a process, necessarily. Question still, is that before or after? I haven't decided on order because, quite frankly, it's not clear in the proto-language. So I'm gonna say it's gonna go here. And this would give us... I think, hold on. So my, and that's mother. Thumb, inalienable, lost. That does raise the little small issue of who's lost, who's losing, whose thumb is being lost. So I guess I'll have to add the pronoun dwar, which is not actually the proto form. We have to take that on instead. Do low tone. Do. I think that's a complete sentence. Sentence? Yes. So, I, parent, inalienable. That could mean father or mother in this case. It's not actually specific, but we're gonna say it's mother. Her or his or its, but in this context it would be her. Thumb, inalienable. Inalienable words. Lost, past imperfective, and what the hell this is again? Third person transitive. What's it called? Third person object, third person subject in transitive suffix. Was that an optional suffix in the proto-language? Well, ba. Is this an affix that's still... Like, this depends on, like, language to language. Some languages do mark, like, possessed objects with a definite article as well as, you know, everything else, while others don't. Like, English doesn't. Swedish doesn't. Italian usually does, though not in the case of family members. Like, you don't say la mia mamma, you say la mia mamma. That's informal, obviously. Arabic does not. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So yeah, it's really only Italian, so I guess we'll not do that then. well, of the ones I can think. Maybe it's more common in like across the world's languages, but I'm not gonna do it in this case. Anyway, see if this works. Hopefully. Tatalato. Tatalato Gila. Gila Simadu. Is that a long vowel or just a regular? Wouldn't it be Simadu? Hold on. Trace evolution. Ooh. G. Uh-huh. And then low tone nonsense. And then falling tone just with low tone. And then voice fricatives fortify. And then vowel harmony, which sets all things in order very nicely. And then stress. And then tone goes away. And then lateralization changes the fronted, the alveolar / dental sibilant fricatives into laterals, and the post alveolars become just plain alveolars. The chain shift, yes. Also get G out of that, which is nice. And then intervocalic voicing, yes. Wait, what the Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's where the O came from. Oh, that's really cool. That I really like. Wait, so hold on. Yeah, so we lost the mid vowel finally. So dwe becomes dw. And then that changes into du. Ah, I like seeing that. That's actually really nice. That's so, I really like that. That's brilliant. Ah, beautiful. And then medial metathesis. Wait, where does that? Oh yeah, do rather. So yeah, it's lovely. I really like that. That's bloody brilliant. Beautiful. Truly, truly magnificent. Tatalato Gila Simadu. Simadu. Yes. Excellent. Too bad we have to stop. We can't stop here. We have a few more 1,000 years to go before we have completed this language's history. And by the years, I of course mean generations. I think, yeah, I think we're gonna have the next step, by the way, when we've finally gotten rid of all the voiced fricatives. I think that's when the next phase of the language is gonna be formalized, so to speak. But grammar-wise, I don't think there's too much about this. Yeah, that, yeah, nah. Negative particle, not necessarily useful. President. Mm-hmm. Yeah, play something that's... But, then what are we going to do next? You know, I dread to say it, but I think we've had central vowels for long enough. But we haven't done anything specifically with them. What if palatalization? But that would not necessarily... I mean, it could work with like A and E. Like, E is obviously always... E always does palatalization when palatalization happens, as far as I know. Because it's basically the typological example you have of a palatalizing vowel. It's like the archetype. A often helps if you're doing palatalization specifically of dorsals. And A very rarely, but occasionally does also affect, usually again, dorsals. The only example I can explicitly think of in that example is French, where actually it has a different effect than these two. These have like a... They turn... if I remember correctly, like we have Latin g spelled with a C, which then, in context of like, do we do this before E or A? Becomes, what do I have is? Becomes like T as an affricate. However, in the context of, yeah, let's do that. But in the context of before A, it became, well, I'm going to write it ch, because light it in there. Yeah, perfect. So that's what I know of French history, or like phonetic history, if you will. Might be wrong on that, quite frankly. I don't really care because it's French, but yeah. So that's lovely, but I don't think that's... I mean, I might do that as well, because why not? But it's not specifically what I'm looking for. If you catch my drift. I'm thinking more specifically having like... We could have it that E affects the dorsals and A does not do anything at all, because it's like this doesn't even have its own phoneme really, so not really strange there. So E affects these specifically. This one's already palatal, can't palatalize palatals. Well, you can, it's just really bizarre. It's like labelizing labials. It's a thing that can happen, and I've seen examples of it. It's just, why would you do that? it's quite frankly outside of my frame of reference of why you would ever choose to do that, but whatever. But E would have a more broad palatalization effect anyways, except, you know, palatals again. I don't want to palatalize palatals because it feels like just a violation of the laws of nature, even though it isn't. So maybe I do that? I don't know. The activity. Not really. What the heck was that? Oh well. That's very poor. Anyways. So yeah. Like we did already, yeah. We already did labialization, though that was in the context of these, of course. So complementing that with palatalization could be interesting. But that would also give us labiopalatals. That's a bizarre one. Not very common, though they do exist, as far as I recall. One actually technical example I think is Chinese, though that mostly exists in the concept or context of a single phoneme, which is the vowel slash consonant, because according to a more current understanding of Chinese phonology that as far as I understand it anyways, is that Chinese doesn't really have that many true vowels. It has two vowels, which is basically these two. Only the short versions though. Chinese doesn't have vowel length. Vowel length is not a concept in modern Chinese anyways. But basically then Chinese has a phoneme y, which is a labialized palatal, essentially. It's the semivocalic equivalent of the vowel e. As I said though, Chinese might not actually have a vowel like that specifically, though that vowel does exist as a phone, not a phoneme, and arises essentially from that y phoneme having just the place. What's it called? Trying to remember the words I'm trying to use here. Nucleus, yeah. Syllable nucleus of a syllable, obviously. So basically that one alternates between being a vowel and being a consonant, though not necessarily as like a, how should I say it? Not like in a Proto-Indo-European way where you could have a be a vowel or a consonant for grammatical and like inflectional purposes. Though actually I argue that might not be real in Proto-Indo-European anyways, but I don't have the time for that. I might make another specifically dedicated video talking about Proto-Indo-European phonology as I have come to understand it personally. I'm no expert, obviously. I've said that many times and I'll repeat it. I have taken linguistics, never completed it though, so you know, I am by no means an expert, but I have at least a rudimentary understanding of the basic functionalities of linguistics. And I love phonology. I think phonology is very fascinating, even though it's very, very hard to understand. Though not as hard to understand as grammar, because I find grammar to be just arbitrary and confusing. Nevertheless, we were going to try palatalization. So, very well, we shall try. We might also get rid of vowel harmony. That could be another alternative. But sorry, I'm gonna take this sentence. Actually, start. Yes, let's do that for a second. Stop for rule. I think here's where we do that. So that was my mother lost her thumb. Her, yeah. There we go. Good lord, I'm becoming too British for even the Brits. I'll soon drink Yorkshire tea for breakfast and lunch and dinner. And I will consider that a normal way of behaving. Good God, what will become of me? Alright, so I don't like that it's doing that. Let's just rewrite it so it actually fits in with the orthography. Why did I write that again? I think it was a U, a Y rather. So, yeah. Wait. There we go. And we don't need that to be anything specific. We just use that. And then that was shit. I think that's in accordance with how I decided that my transcription should work. I think. And therefore I am. That's what this is supposed to say. Though I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually say that, because I am a little stupid. Blah, blah, blah. So, palatalization well, we'll do the generation first, yes. That will be... Shall we skip 4 generations? Eh, why not? We can always go back, even though I barely ever do that. I've done it like once. As you all remember. I don't think you did actually, but it's fine. So wait. I hope that's how you spell it. I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care enough to figure out right now. Uh, right, so that's nice. And last but not least, send vowels together with their front vowel. Perfect. So then we need to rearrange this whole table quite dramatically. First and foremost, we obviously need to do this. And then we take this and we just... Wait, actually, God, this does... No, I don't like it at all. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. Sounds strange, but it makes sense. Yup. No. Just gonna make sure everything is nice and according to my formatting. Actually, that wouldn't help. Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to rearrange the entire table? Well, I put myself in this position, and maybe I do. But actually, no, I won't. I simply refuse, so I'm not going to do it. What I'm instead gonna do is... We'll try to figure out how we can make it work. This one obviously doesn't have to do... I don't have to do this, though I have to extend this. Well, not extend per se. We do this. What? There we go. Then we do this. Shift it along. Then we do that. And then... That's a big old text. And then we simply replace those. What would be... It's a thing. Yes, bloody lovely. Not that. There we go. Actually, we just replaced that one fully. What? There. No, again. There. Perfect. Now I can go on in bliss. That's the wrong button. Immediately ruins my own state of mind by being annoyed. I'm very bad at this whole Zen thing. Not that I'm trying, but still. Okay. Is that a thing? No, wait, what? Am I stupid? No, it's voiced. And yes, it exists. Frocative, yeah. Frog. No. Yes. And then we have some. Do we have it here possibly? No. No. Then we do. There's a lot of copy pasting in here, I know, but hey, that's the way it works. Well, it could work differently if I was not lazy, but I am, so quite frankly, it's not going to change. Well, that's nice. Well, actually, we'd have a marginal phoneme. Now comes the problem, because these are all going to have palatal allophones. Well, once again, I just have to shut my trap and work. Now we have to extend this by 3 more spaces. Actually, we're gonna have to just probably best to extend them down as well. This sounds like a lot of activity outside, and I don't like it. Not a place of articulation. Though, is it? Well, that's a debatable point of discussion, isn't it? It really is a questionable thing if lateralization is a place or manner of articulation. In my opinion, at least, I don't know if it's necessarily right to call it a necessarily right to call it a manner of articulation. Though, yeah, again, I'm not sure. And these, though, definitely don't belong in this category. Definitely not these either. What do they call it again in should I use what terminology? God, no. Come back. All right. Let's. What's the? Let's use this as an example. Fricatives. Blah 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 phonology. That's a horrible vowel system. I'm not gonna lie. That's terrible. Yeah, you call them broad and slender. But then again, that's because there's a degree of velarization, isn't there? Or is that, it's here, but maybe not. I think we'd use the Russian terms, or Slavic terminology instead. Well, then we just better fucking get on. That's not... Really? Doesn't want to do that? Actually, we can do this. I still have tricks up my sleeve after all these silly moments. Panic. We'll call them... Did they call them hard or soft? I think it's hard. Actually, that was pointless. You can just do this. No. That would do things. That would get things messed up real quick. Actually, yeah, just do that. No, no, not that. Um. Did I lose anything here? No, I haven't. Okay. Good. So, I think that's that for now. Then we also change the color here. Actually, that's not the right color. What's the color there? Okay, it's the mid one. Very well. Mm-hmm. Well, then we just simply do um uh-huh. When before. Actually, it has to be not. Which symbols do you use again? I think that's it. I think. Oh no, it's exclamation point? Okay. Let's see if it works. It probably doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Secondary articulation, labialized. It's probably gonna have an hour complaint. Oh, never mind. It didn't do it though. At least not that I can tell. Did I use the wrong symbol here? No, I didn't. Really, really not liking when it doesn't do what you're supposed when you want what it's supposed to do. Words. Then again, I don't know how this thing works, so whatever. Oh, so wait, no. Actually, I don't think I need that. That's not how you do that again. Okay. Do we have an example? Not that I can see. Here's what the fuck? Didn't I tell that not to do that? Oh, that's why it's not doing it. Right. Now things are looking a little better. Yeah, look at that. They're actually working. Good, good. Finally, something that works. What? Okay. That's a little bizarre. That's... Wait. Well, do we have an anywhere I can use to look at? Gay something? Why is it woo? I don't know. He... Oh no, that's not correct. That's definitely wrong. Hold on a second. Well, that's a problem for me in a few moments. I need to take a quick break. I'll be back. Right, that was relatively quick. Anyways, that's not too much of an issue. We can fix that. The way, voiceless fricative palatal. Right. Right, we just need... Do we have it? No. Alright. Back at it again. Actually, I could have just taken it from here, but it's somewhere. There it is. Whatever. It's not that important. We can just copy this, but replace one of the words. Woo! It's working lovely. Oh, the humanity. You know what, actually? Now I'm thinking. Maybe we don't do this, actually, at that time. Do I want those to merge, actually? Maybe I do, I don't know. Do I want these to merge before that? You know what? I'll think about it next episode. Because for now, this looks pretty good. Yeah, that too. So send no funding. You shouldn't do that like that. So 'To my surprise, it didn't have any complaints. You can tell it was never. Yeah, nice. Okay, brilliant. This is exactly what I needed. Though, wait, what? We can fix that some other time. But yeah, no, things are looking as they should look. This is very good. Yep, alright. Well, with all that out of the way, I think I'm done for this episode. I have plans for, as I mentioned, there are things I can fix up that I mentioned sporadically throughout the episode. But as I said, I will leave those for another episode indeed. So, honestly, I've enjoyed this stream. This has been a pretty good stream. It's improved my mood, which, well, that's a damn rare thing indeed. So, yeah, pretty good stream. I hope to see you next stream because, quite frankly, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, in all honesty. So, with that being said, have a good day or night or morning or whatever you have, and hope you're doing well and continue to do well into the future. So see you next week, I hope. Bye-bye.